Hello, hello Pisces. Welcome to your September 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Pisces. And before we get into the reading, please take a moment to subscribe, like this video, and go ahead and check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing if you care to. And for those of you who would like to work with me one-on-one, you are more than welcome to go to onyxhealing.com, or you can check out all of the links in the description box for ways to work with me and other stuff that I offer. Make sure you check out the podcast if you're interested in more of the energetic, esoteric stuff that I talk about each and every week. And other than that, let's go ahead and get into the reading. I am just going to be laying out 10 cards in whatever way I feel is best for your sign, and then we will do the reading. All right, let's get into this first card here. Gentleness. I speak with gentleness and I listen with gentleness. I align with the gentlest part of myself and I take joy in being receptive, open, and unafraid. I'm like a baby deer who's best friends with a baby elephant. The baby elephant wraps its little trunk around my shoulders and we lie down gently in the grass, daydreaming and talking about what sorts of humans in the clouds look like. Okay, so, well, this is very obviously a Pisces card if I've ever seen one. And I think this in large part has to do with the way you're treating yourself and talking to yourself, and also the energy that you're giving things. Are you pursuing things and then being really hard on yourself, or are you just kind of moving forward in the direction that you want to go? Essentially, that's all we're always doing, right? There's never a destination. This is constantly working towards something, either for yourself, whether it be material, emotional, whatever. In that process, though, being gentle is the best way to keep yourself in an energetic state of sustainability. And then we have, I speak with confidence because the world needs my light. So you have a lot to share, and I think it's important to do that. Whether or not you do it, publicly doesn't really matter. It could be something like telling a friend how you feel, or being honest, or setting a boundary, modeling that for others. A lot of that is important as well. It doesn't matter what your truth is or where you're putting it, so long as you're not harming others. I mean, you are needed in many ways that you may or may not be able to see in this moment. Phoenix. So this is like rising from the ashes. If you feel like things were in a slump, or they weren't working out, or if you were getting uncertain or feeling like, I don't know if this is really going to be the best way to go about things, the Phoenix is reminding you that things are really going to take off. So just hang in there with that, because I think you're going to see huge growth, leaps and bounds beyond what you've ever imagined. That's what the Phoenix is reflecting here. Because it's going from a space of feeling defeated into progress, expansion, stepping into yourself fully, and really picking up the pace. So remember, the more you align with yourself, the faster things will accelerate. All right, now let's see the central energy. Three of Pentacles. So it looks like you're working on something, or you're working to build something or create. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's material, immaterial. It's all about continuing to give effort. So this is a month where I really see you as building. Let's keep going and see what else. The Devil. Don't let negative thinking or self-doubt and fear get in the way. Remember, if you're doing something new, or if you're challenging yourself, you're going to be afraid. You're going to be like, maybe I should stop, maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I should back out, maybe, this isn't the best thing for me. Which sometimes, yeah, sure, that might be the case. If something doesn't feel good, that's worth exploring. But at the same time, if it's just you're pushing yourself and developing a new skill set, or you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, that in itself is a growing and learning experience. So there is a lot of fear that naturally comes up with that. That's what the devil is reminding you of. It's basically like you need to confront the what ifs. There's always going to be a what if. So figure out how you're going to dance with that. Because it's more than likely it's not legit. It's not real. Let's see what else is going on. Ace of Wands. Man, this card has come up a lot in these readings. So this is the you've got it. Keep going. Keep applying the energy. Keep the sustainability going. It's about momentum. So for some of you, this might be the initiation energy. Aces often are. For others of you, this might just be the progression, like you're going to need to keep showing up in that way, continue to build that thing, even when you're scared, keep going, keep going, keep going. Like every day is an opportunity to initiate growth. And then we have the, Ace of Pentacles. So you have two aces up here. This could be, maybe it's a financial endeavor or some financial restructuring. This is new energy around all things finances and pursuits in the material world. So you have a lot of freshness coming up here. And I'm getting that's why you have the devil on the table. The devil is, you don't need to change, you don't need to grow, you can stay where you are. There's every reason to just stay complacent and comfortable. There's no reason to do things that are going to force you to expand. So it's basically a battle between, am I going to expand like the phoenix, or am I going to contract? So that's what the aces are reflecting to you. It's like it might feel brand new. You might have some sea legs, and that's why you want to be gentle with yourself so you don't fall into the trap of, I'm afraid, therefore I'm going to stop. Okay, then we have Judgment. I'm going to have to clarify this one. Just bear with me. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Yep, I'm going to clarify both of these down here. I'll pull a card to see what this little section is communicating. This Judgment card is kind of funky. It keeps coming up a lot in readings, so let me see. Nine of Wands. Okay. So once you decide to commit to something, like that's what the Judgment is, you're deciding and then making a commitment to that thing. It needs to come from a place that feels in alignment with you. You guys know I'm big on that. That's what the Knight of Cups is reminding you about, that you need to stay in touch with your feelings. How does it feel? Does this feel good? Does it not feel good? And that's what helps you push forward. So then the Nine of Wands is speed. If you're keeping an eye on, how do I feel? Is this fulfilling? Is it depleting? Where is my energy going? And just keeping an eye on it and continuing to show up in a way that feels good to you, that feels like your truth, and that you're really showing your light, and that you're moving in a direction that is ultimately best for you, because you're the only one who has information on that. Things are going to move much, much faster than what you realize. And remember, I'm not going to tell you that you're going to recognize the pace in which things are moving, because more than likely, if you're in the middle of something, you're not going to recognize how fast it's actually moving. You can only see that like a year from now. Then you're going to be able to recognize how things accelerated so quickly. So I hope that makes sense. But remember, all you need to do is commit to it, continue to show up each and every day, whatever it is you're initiating or working on or building, and allow the momentum to kind of carry you, and trust that things are really paying off. So long as you're really in touch with, how does this feel? You're not going to go wrong. We have the Four of Cups. Let me see what else is coming up in this cluster. So we have the Four of Cups and we have the Temperance card, which tells us that you're going to want to pay close attention to what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to, because being able to balance what it is that you're allowing and what you're rejecting is going to really help you move forward. So this is all in support of you building momentum and gaining speed in the direction that you want, right? So if there's something that really is good for you that you should, quote unquote, go to, that's going to be an important thing for you to say yes to, just to push yourself, expand outside of your comfort zone. But if it's something you already know doesn't feel good, then it's important for you to reject that as well. I'm going to clarify these two. Eight of Wands, right? So that's also what's contributing to your pace. For example, if you get really irritated with a friend who's always asking you to do things and you don't say no, then you are going to be giving your energy in a direction that isn't going to grow in the area that you want it to. So that can really slow things down. If you set boundaries, however, if you actually say, no, I am not available to do that for you, then you have the energy to give that thing that you want. So pay attention to where your energy is going, what you're saying yes to and no to, because that's an energetic either confirmation or denial or rejection, excuse me. And that's where you're going to be able to tell how fast is this going to move. Because the more in alignment you are with your feelings, not fear, that's shadow, but your feelings, like, is this my light? Is this my truth? Then that's what really gets the ball moving. And then we have the Queen of Knives. Own your crown. Know that carving your own path is the way to go about this. You don't need to get everyone's approval beforehand. It's something you can just start doing and see where it takes you and where you land. Or you can try a new approach. It's not something you necessarily need to consult a whole bunch of people in order to get clarity on. You can just kind of start and see what happens. This might be boundaries. It might be a relationship. It might be a project. So think outside of the box. It's not just about professional stuff. It can also be going on dates again, or it could be, figuring out your next move as far as your living situation. Just think about things in a way that is really about your thinking, not what other people want you to do. And then we also have the Page of Cups. So be honest, be vulnerable with yourself. I know that sounds kind of funky, like how can you be vulnerable with yourself? But honest about the vulnerabilities that you have or the feelings that are coming up, that's a really important thing to just let air out during this process, and keeping an eye on it. Again, doing things from a place of people-pleasing or obligation isn't going to carry you very far. This needs to be something that is coming from a space of alignment and truth. So I see this as you building on top of your divine truth and your mission, if you will, or your purpose, your passion. That's what all of this is serving you for. That's what you're building on top of in the month of September. And then we also have Six of Cups. Soulmates, right connection, right timing, nostalgia. I'm just getting that this is like, yes, the right connections and the right pace are all happening for you in those relationships that come into your life. As you act from a place of alignment, are also going to be higher quality than you may have anticipated. Okay. Now I am going to do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to pick as few or as many cards as you'd like, ask a question or not, whatever. Okay, card number 1, the Devil. Like I said, fear doesn't go away, so you have to figure out what is underneath the fear, what's sitting beyond the, well, what if this bad thing happens? That's the best way to figure out what's really going on. Because if you just automatically think, well, something bad could happen, so I shouldn't do it, you're never going to do anything, right? You're never going to make any moves. So this is a call for you to figure out what are the excuses, limiting beliefs, things that are preventing you or paralyzing you from taking action. Is it perfectionism? Is it, well, there's just not the right timing? Is it you waiting for a sign? Is it, your partner isn't encouraging? Is it your mom told you couldn't do it? Where is it coming from? And why is there a belief around lack or not good enough or anything like that that could be coming to the surface? Try to do some investigating and understand that you can have those fears, not heal them fully, and still manifest a lot of awesome stuff. It's not something where you have to work through that fully, but it might give you some context clues as to how to navigate it. If you know that you didn't originally have that thought and that's not a universal truth for you, then you can challenge it. That's what I would say about that. Card number 2, we have the King of Wands. Master your energetic flow. Where is it going? Where is your attention? Where are you giving energy? That's going to be the best thing for you to kind of figure out this month. And for whatever situation you're asking about is, where is your energy going? How have you mastered it? How have you put a leash on it or a harness on it? And how are you steering it in the direction that is best for you or not? Card number 3, Page of Cups. You got to be clear on your intentions, your motivations, your feelings around the things that you're pursuing. And that let the feelings guide you. Go with the flow of your emotions, so long as they're not fear-based. I know that that's a tricky thing, but outside of fear, because whatever, fear is a liar. So outside of that, going with the flow of your emotions and really trusting the pull and the tug, speaking with confidence because the world needs my light. That is essentially what this is saying. Move in the current of the direction that you naturally feel called and pulled to move into. That is the secret for you in September. All right, everybody, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I absolutely appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video, and check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. Make sure that you go to onyxhealing.com if you'd like to work with me or check out what I have to offer. And as always, the description box has links to my podcast. It has all of the decks that I've used today and a whole bunch of other good stuff. So check that out as well. Until next time, have a beautiful September, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.